And welcome back again. Here's our third lesson in Unit 9, and we are going to do just a more specific focus on sector area here. Last lesson was on the whole idea of arc length and sector area, but we really focused in on arc length in that one. This one, I'm just going to go over a couple examples of sector area. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Remember, to determine the arc length or the sector area, the first step was to determine the portion of the circle. So how many degrees out of the entire 360 degrees. Step 2 was to figure out either the area or the circumference of the circle, depending on what you are asked for. Today we're focusing on sector area, so we're going to be using the area of a circle. In the previous lesson we were looking at arc length, so we were focusing on the circumference of the circle. And then step 3 was to set up a proportion. In other words, we're setting the two fractions equal to each other. We're setting the fraction from the portion of the circle that we got to the fraction relating the sector area to the whole area. We're going to set those equal to each other and then just cross multiply. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example, just one example. We are looking for the area of the shaded sector. Well, how many degrees is that shaded sector out of the entire thing? You can see that the degree measurement is 157 degrees. I would have to turn my body from looking at this point, I'd have to turn it around to look at this point, 157 degrees. So the portion is going to be 157 out of the entire circle, which is 360. And then we need to figure out the area of the circle because we are looking at the area of the shaded sector. Remember, area is pi r squared. So this is going to be pi times 15 squared, which is 225 pi. From here, we're going to set up our proportions. So remember, our proportions are always part over whole. So with that said, what is the part that I'm concerned with? Well, I'm concerned with 157. And what is the whole thing? The whole thing is 360. So we'd say 157 over 360, part over whole, equals, well, what's the part? Do I want the part or do I want the whole thing? The 225 pi, that is the area of the circle. That's the area of the whole thing. Well, the area of the circle is related to the 360 degrees because the 360 degrees is the entire circle, and this 225 pi is the area of the entire circle. So this guy is actually going to go on the bottom because that's the whole, and we are looking for the area of the sector. Well, the area of the shaded region, the green region here, is only a piece of the whole thing. So it's only a part of the object. So we're going to put A up there because I don't know what that is, over 225 pi. From here, we're going to cross multiply. So we get something really big here, 35,325 pi equals 360A. We'll divide by 360. And then when I'm all said and done with that, 35,325 divided by 360 is 98.125. And then we would multiply by pi. So we end up with 308.269. And then because we're talking about area here, remember area always has units squared. So the units here are inches. So we would say inches squared. So that's the example that I wanted to walk you through on this, this day. So go ahead and work through the practice problems that are in the rest of this assignment. If you have any questions, feel free to log into Zoom. If you have any immediate questions, you could always email me. But otherwise, I will see you around next time.